What's up, guys? So, I'm not going to waste your time. I really wanted to reach out to you guys and tell you about this amazing story. It really touched my heart, and I wanted to share it with you. Okay, guys, this is the parable of the prodigal son. It's one of the most famous stories told by Jesus in the New Testament of the Bible. It appears in Gospel of Luke, and it starts off with two brothers. The younger son, impatient and seeking independence, asks his father for a share of his inheritance. Even though the father is still alive, this is seen as disrespectful, and asking for inheritance before a parent's death implies the son values wealth over the relationship with his father. Surprisingly, the father agrees and divides his wealth between the two sons. The younger son then leaves home, traveling to a distant country. There he wastes all the inheritance on reckless living, indulging in pleasure and extravagances. With his newfound fortune, he indulges in materialism and acts that seek to stroke his own ego and his own vanity. This is seen as him living a hedonistic lifestyle. Despite how great his fortune was, the money began to dwindle. So the young man takes up gambling. Despite his numerous losses, he continues his reckless lifestyle until a great famine strikes the land, leaving him penniless. Too prideful to return home, the young man continues to survive in the foreign land, no matter the cost. If he had seen the heavens and then crashed down to hell, the young man is left with nothing. Desperate and hungry, he takes a job feeding pigs, an extremely degrading task for a Jewish man, as pigs are considered unclean animals in Jewish tradition. He is so destitute that he longs to eat the food meant for the pigs, but no one gives him anything. In his misery, the young man realizes the gravity of his mistakes. He reflects on how even the hired servants at his father's household live better than he is now. Filled with regret, he decides to return home, confess his wrongdoings to his father, and ask to be taken back, not as a son, but as a servant, acknowledging that he is no longer worthy to be called son. As the younger son approaches his home, his father sees him from a distance. Filled with compassion, the father runs out to meet him, embracing him and kissing him. The son begins his prepared speech of repentance, but before he can finish, the father interrupts him. Instead of scolding his son, the father orders his servants to bring the best robe, a ring for his finger, and sandals for his feet, all symbols of honor, family, and restoration. He also commands that a feast be prepared, including the slaughtering of a fattened calf, which was reserved for special occasions. The father celebrates the return of his son, saying, "For the son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is now found." Meanwhile, the older brother who had stayed home and worked for his father hears the sound of celebration. When he learns that the feast is being held for his younger brother's return, he becomes angry and refuses to join the party. The father comes out and pleads with the older son to join the celebration, but the older son complains, saying that he has worked for his father for years and never been celebrated in the same way. He feels that the younger son who squandered his inheritance is being unfairly rewarded. The father responds gently, reminding the older son that everything the father has is already his. However, the return of the lost son is a moment to rejoice because we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. Hey guys, I really enjoyed making that video for you. The story is really about forgiveness, grace, and unconditional love. The brother, he wasn't happy about him coming back because he felt that his duty, him working for his dad, meant that he had some type of favor over his brother, but it really represents jealousy in people that he didn't want to see his brother forgive him. And I think we need to have more forgiveness in our lives and be less critical of each other. So not everything is deserved. And I hope you guys learned something from this lesson like I did. And thank you for watching.